welcome to the Selectmen's Update for December 6, 2017. There were only 3 members available for the board, but we still were able to get a full meeting in. We started with some Selectmen appointments. We started with Sarah Perquette for the Council on Aging. We then moved to Aaron Ladd, who's only been in town for about 3 months, but had put his volunteer form in, and he has been appointed to the Community Preservation Committee. It looks like it's going to be a really good fit. We then made 2 appointments to the Historical Commission. Alphonse Barth and A.J. Gemperline both stepped up to volunteer and support the Historical Commission. They were down in a few members. And then our last one was to Pat Spinazzola for the Ashland Housing Authority. She resides at the Ashland Housing Authority, and that was a requirement for this appointment. So we thank all of them for volunteering. If there's ever a committee that you'd like to be part of, you should go and start attending their meetings and then fill out a talent bank form to see if you could be appointed if they need new members. Or sometimes we even look for new members because people you think are there but may want to step down, but they need to know that there's someone willing to fill their spot. From there, we went back to our agenda and we did a proclamation to the Ashland Emergency Fund. Rosemary Fedorchak stood and represented the group. We gave them a presentation for 30 years of service here to Ashland. It was a program that started with Ben Montenegro and Isabel Harrison, and it's still going today, and they have donated over $1.5 million to families in need. So if you're looking for a charity right here in Ashland, the Ashland Emergency Fund is right there to help your neighbors that are in need. We then heard from Julian Doctor regarding the Lions Legacy Project. This is for the Ashland Lions Club. Those are the gentlemen and ladies in red. They're also selling Christmas trees right now. And they're donating back for celebrating 50 years for the Ashland Lions by putting 4 benches up in different locations. They'll be at the Ashland Post Office. There'll be 2 in various locations at Stone Park. And then the 4th one will be going up to the Nyanza Memorial, which is off the MBTA road in back of the middle school. So be on the lookout for those in the next few months. We then closed and approved our tax classification hearing. We are staying with a single tax rate as was recommended by our assessors. We then had a proclamation and the celebration, and celebration might not really be the correct word, for the retirement of our fire chief, Scott Boothby. He has been here in the fire service for 30 years in Ashland. He has been our chief for about 3.5 years. He will be greatly missed. He's done a lot of great things since he had become chief. We've been able to bring on more firefighters and some great new equipment.
Director, training officer, captain, and chief. And whereas Scott has been a constant among the never-ending, this is the best part here, among the never-ending changes, including working for Executive Administrator Jim Somerville and 11 town managers, including Richard Gladstone, Paul Sharon, Dexter Bois, Hector Rivera, Dale Morris, Dave Thomas, John Petrin, Mark Purple, Jim Purcell, Tony Schiavi, and Michael Herbert. And whereas Scott has also worked under many chiefs, including Frank Carianis, Robert Cleveland, Michael Brogan, and William Key. Now, therefore, we, the selectmen of the town of Ashland, do hereby proclaim Friday, December the 15th, 2017 as Scott Boothby Day. We urge all residents and fellow employees to make known their appreciation for his devotion to the town of Ashland and the fire service. We wish him good health and good fortune. And signed, Carl Hackinson, Chair of the Ashland Board of Selectmen. So, congratulations. Thank you.
As of December 18th. So if you see either of them around town, make sure you wish them both congratulations. And we all wish Scott Boothby a well-deserved retirement, and he will be missed here in town. From that celebration, we went on to a presentation by the Upper Charles Trail Committee. Their consultants presented a well-planned ideas for what the trail could look like. The plan will be up on the town website, so you can go ahead and look at the presentation as well as the full report that was created by Alta for the trail. The idea behind the trail is that we will connect with the one in Millis and Holliston and Sherborne, and then over into Hopkinton. We're still in the initial stages, so if you have any feedback on the plan, what you see, what you think you'd like to participate in, make sure you reach out either to members of the Upper Charles Trail Committee or any of the members of the Board of Selectmen, because this is just the initial stages of this project. It will be an ongoing process to get that trail built. From there, we went to our consent agenda. Not too many items. We accepted some gifts. We approved some minutes, and that was pretty much it. Oh, and bingo on January 1st. It's a Monday, and the Ashland Fire Department Association has their bingo on Sundays and Mondays at the VFW. And on Monday, January 1st, they're going to be changing their operation from noon to 6 instead of in the evening. So if you're a regular bingo player or not, and you're looking for something to do on that January 1st. From there, we went into old and new business. We talked about what we needed to do the execution of the taking of the Cadillac Paint property. This was approved at town meeting for us to do this. We signed and we did the motion that we needed to do. So that can now move forward. We reviewed the Oregon Road purchase. That's the piece of property, again, that was approved at town meeting that juts into the town forest, and we can start doing some work there. And then we did all our license renewals. If you have a business in town that sells food, sells liquor, sells cars, and has any kind of entertainment, there's an annual license that has to be renewed, so we did all those renewals as well. We approved the 15-day waiting period, the waiver of the 15-day waiting period, so that Keith Roby can become our fire chief as of December 18th. Because it's December 6th, we had to do that. We then had the town manager report. He gave us a town meeting recap. We won't go into detail with that. If you'd like to check out our last episode where we did that, you can check in with when I spoke with Adam Schuster, our town moderator. We talked about the technical assistance panel that's happening on December 12th in the evening. If you can't go to it, it will be televised and it will be recorded that you can watch it at a later date. We got information on a development update for 128 Main Street. That is currently before the planning board. They're talking about some changes and some parking issues. If you're interested in that, you can go to Co-Urbanize or you can watch a planning board meeting. We then got another update on the River Walk project. This is the walk that is being planned along the Sudbury River by the VFW and then comes into the area behind the Historical Society. One of the biggest pieces of discussion is a bridge that has to be put there. It is it's a long bridge. It's 170 feet that is being looked to put over the water toward the end of the reservoir, and trying to decide, do we want steel or wood? So if you have any feedback, if you'd like to give some feedback, you can reach out to the Open Space Committee or to Michael Herbert, the town manager. He's managing that project. For the downtown update, there'll be a forum coming up in January or February, taking the information that was gathered and worked on by the consultants, looking at improving roadways, adding bicycle paths or sidewalks, how we can expand that to make downtown more pedestrian, bike, and person-friendly, and make sure we maintain our business and economic development as well. The last piece of business was we got an update. The Community Choice Power Aggregation Agreement with Constellation Energy was extended for another 6 months, and it brings our energy rate to 12.99 cents per unit. And that was pretty much it. We had a great meeting. It was great to see all the firefighters, past firefighters there to support both Chief Boothby and Captain Roby. So thanks for coming out, those that were there. That wraps up this Selectmen's update for the meeting that happened on December 6th, 2017.